Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be, I guess, just a quick discussion on travel and what that's going to look like. I know a lot of people are traveling international. I know there are a lot of countries that were previously closed that are opening up or slowly opening up. I know here in Australia we've opened up. We've basically eliminated hotel quarantine, which is always good. Nobody likes doing that. We've started allowing students in. We've started allowing foreign tourists in for quite a while now. We've had domestic travel going for quite a while. I know since at least back in December when I actually went north to Queensland for a week. But I know a lot of people are also hesitant to go travel internationally or even domestically, given the coronavirus and what it means. I know WA only just recently opened up within the last couple of months, and they were hesitant to really do anything. And that's just domestically. I mean, I think with domestic travel, it's going to be about finding those good deals, knowing where and when you want to go. Finding hotel deals. I know my parents are actually going to Thailand in December over the New Year period, and they were telling me that a hotel that they booked for 15 nights was, I think, $1,500 when they booked it, and it's now almost $4,500 for that same period. There's a hotel across the street from where they're staying that's they want $12,000 for this room that they saw a review on. I think it was like 12 nights, so it's $1,000 a night. And the room they saw this review on YouTube, and the room was incredibly average. You know, I know recently I just saw on a YouTube channel that I do follow that Japan is opening up, and in June, the prime minister over in Japan made an announcement that they're going to be looking to kickstart the tourism industry in June, and they were saying that could potentially be small tour groups start off with. I know, you know, like I want to get back to Japan. I want to. I've been once and I want to go again, and I think for the moment, a small tour group because that's for me to travel. A tour group has never been my style. I like to go somewhere, and I'll look up the country or where I'm going, know some spots, and then basically just wander around and stumble on all the rest of it, because that's just how I am. I know that I'm sure that's a lot how a lot of people are. So I don't know how that sort of thing is going to work. Obviously for them, if that's how they, because everyone knows Japan is one of those countries that has an aging population. So if that's how they protect their country, fair enough, fair on them, good on them. They've got to do what they've got to do. I think once Japan opens up, I'll probably go. I know some other countries that have been open. Singapore's been open for quite a while. I know Vietnam recently opened up. Obviously Thailand is open is doing away with quarantine. But, we're not even gonna get started on the U.S. and Europe because they've basically never shut down. Um, but makes me ask the question, you know, domestic travel or international travel. What does for you domestic travel look like? Is it something that you're interested in? Is domestic travel a viable option, or is it cheaper now to go international? Whereas everyone knows previously international ticket to anywhere was at least $1,000. But now it makes I think with a lot of places opening up, it creates that sort of hesitancy to go, where do I want to go? Do I even want to travel internationally? Do I want to travel domestically? Do I want to jump in my car and go, you know, to a local area for the weekend? Do I want to save up and take that big overseas holiday now that we can? Is that even something that you want to do? We want to do? I mean, I know it's something I want to do, but I want to make sure I do it safely, obviously. I don't want to go somewhere where I end up having to stay in some weird, crappy hotel for 14 days because I've caught coronavirus. It's just not how I want to travel. And I know previously there were a lot of travel insurances that were reluctant to insure anyone traveling overseas because they didn't want to cover for coronavirus. You know, um, I guess, is anyone actually traveling in, overseas? I know I saw an article the other, I think it was yesterday, where people from here, from Australia, people in Australia love going to Bali. They absolutely love it. And I saw a picture from over in Bali, in the main beach area there, and it just looked filthy, like almost to the point that Australian people had never left, because and it was bad. The picture was bad, and I guess it's just one of those things. You go, is that really what we want to do to these countries? Are we that desperate to travel that we're gonna go get out of our own country and go trash yours, so that way we can have that holiday? Are we really that desperate to travel that we want to go trash another person's home? Like, I know tourists are slowly coming back to Australia. Obviously, the big tourist for a lot of Southeast Asian countries, other Asian countries, and here in Australia as well, is the Chinese. And obviously, the Chinese are in the midst of probably what is one of the harshest lockdowns ever seen. People not being able to leave their homes, and I think a big part of tourism in this region is the Chinese. And are the Chinese going to come back? That's, I think, another question that nobody knows the answer to, because of, I guess, that stigma of coronavirus and how it started, and like one of the things this person on this YouTube channel that I follow in Japan was talking about. 80% of the tourism in Japan was Chinese, and when you get rid of that, that's a lot of people. Like you said, like you were saying, I think it was 32 million people in 2019, and 80% of that was Chinese. So it makes you wonder. When here in Australia, I know it's huge. Like the Chinese here, it's huge for them to travel here, or at least previously have. And when you get rid of that, tourism, I think, looks a lot different. And I think when you look at all these tourism operators that have gone under, cruising is a big one. There's cruising's finally restarting here in Australia after, what, 2.5, 3 years. And like, I've never been one for cruising. It's never been my thing. But if you want to go on a cruise, go for it. Do it. Book it. But I think that's another big thing that I think has collapsed or will collapse. And yeah, it's just sort of one of those sectors, I guess, that needs to rebuild, because it has collapsed here in Australia. Look, and do I think travel, international, domestic travel, one or the other? Look, I think if you're going to see your country, do it, cool. But I think for the most part, Australians love going overseas. When I can, I'm probably going to be one of them jumping overseas. Where I go depends on what's open, depends on the situation, I guess. Cost. Am I going to go to a country where they're going to gouge me? No, probably not. Am I going to go to a country that is going to say, hey, look, we're going to, we have fair prices? Absolutely. So yeah, look, I think travel is big. I think tourism is big. I think any country needs international tourists. I think for a country to remain shut for so long, they're going to struggle, because people are going to go, well, I can go elsewhere. But in certain countries, yeah, they're always going to have that allure. So I think, yeah, for me, it's definitely going to be international travel over domestic travel, because I've never been really a fan of traveling domestically here in Australia. Look, I would love to know what you the viewers' thoughts are in the comments. If you like the video, please give me a like and subscribe. Thanks.